Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to follow us over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Podcast character design is done by Demon Artie. Check her out over on Twitter at Artie Demon. You're going to see some great artwork, fan art, redesigns, original stuff. And if you like what you see, be sure to give her a like, a follow, and a retweet. Episode 24, Hop Popular. And this is definitely the better of the two episodes that are lumped together. It's funny. It has good heart. It has a good, it's funny. It doesn't end the way that they wanted it to, but there's a lesson to be learned. There's the political messages, but unlike other shows and other things where it just slams it over your head, this one you can get the message without, pointing fingers at people. Politics is always weird. And yeah, I could totally make a ton of political jokes, but I'm not going to because it's too divisive. I actually just want to, focus on the actual show itself. And I love the continuity here. They, Anne and the family come back and they have food, but they don't have a lot of money because they've lost their stand. And there's a Hop Pops on the couch, looks like a complete bum. He's wearing his wife beater. He hasn't shaved. He looks like absolute trash. And he's like looking at an old picture of him and his vegetable stand. And he's like, oh, those are the better days. And he's completely given up on everything. But I guess the grub and go is hiring door greeters, very Walmart-ish. And he's an old man, so it fits what he needs to do. And they go, come on, get out there, go for the job interview. He's like, I'm not going to get it. He goes in for the interview and they basically tell him no. Oh, we'll call you, don't call us, aka you didn't get the job. It's feeling super sad. It looks like there's a little commotion going on in the town square, and I guess this is the race is going on for mayor, and no one ever runs up against the mayor, so that's why he always wins. There's a Hop Pop starts talking like those political ads. Oh, all he cares about is himself. He hasn't fixed the roads or fixed the school and those potholes. Where does all our tax money go? He only looks out for himself, not for the frogs he's supposed to be mayor of. All those stump speeches.
That guy keeps raising our taxes. And what do we got to show for it? Our snailways are a mess. Our buildings are falling apart.
But it's like, oh, well, I'm going to walk away. The town, to talk about, I guess there was a millipede incident at the school. I'm thinking, like termites, they know this thing's like a giant monster millipede. This thing is freaking scary as hell.
Am I crazy or is he making sense?
And I just love the fact that everyone just they're so used to these monsters. This is how they live their lives. Okay, whatever. Everyone's like, wow, Hop Dad's making a lot of sense. He's saying all the right things. So they basically make him a write-in and they nominate him. So the mayor's going to actually have to run up against somebody. Hop Dad comes home. He's like, congratulations, kids. Oh, you got the job. He's like, no, I'm going to run for mayor. And they're like, oh, I didn't want to run for mayor. It's going to, if he loses this, he's going to be even more depressed. So they're going to help him out and everything. But of course, they hate politics and, what kid likes politics? And then Polly's like, oh, yeah, it's really stupid, but I like the monster fights. And I was like, what? It's everything in this world is weird. Instead of having debates and stuff, there's feats of strength and so they have to do stupid. The first one is whoever can get on top of this beetle wins this first little round. It's so funny that there's people in this town that are still for the mayor, even though he said all those horrible things. This beetle comes out and they're trying to get on top of it. The mayor's getting knocked around and Hop Pop's smart. He distracts it, gets its head stuck in a stump, and then he gets on top of him. So he wins that round. The mayor's getting all pissed off because he's not used to running up against anybody. Then the next trial is there's these three baby vulture birds. Oh, you have to soothe these babies because that's what a mayor would do. And without pointing fingers at political parties, there's a certain political party that throws money at all their problems, and that's what the mayor's like. Oh, these things just want money. Here's your handouts.
I know what these dumb birds want. Money. All right. Here's your handout.
If you can't make the connection, you're never going to make it. So he just throws a bunch of money at all these starving birds. They get all mad at him, start pecking the crap out of him, and then it's then Hop Pop knows what to do. Yes, they're hungry. They want food. They don't want just money. They need to actually be provided with food. He grabs these gigantic worms. They're I don't know, 3 feet long. eats them up, like chews them all up and like lets the birds eat out of his mouth, because that's how birds eat. That's what their mama birds did for them. Super freaking gross. And Spring's like, oh, that's how he used to feed us when we were little. That's so nasty.
That's how he fed us when we were babies.
The mama bird shows up, they all scatter. And this third trial is so stupid, it makes no sense. Being mayor is like being dropped out in the wilderness completely naked and you have to find your way home. So that's what we did. So they just threw them in the woods somewhere, then they have to make their way back. And again, more continuity. Remember when Hop Pop made friends with all those, like, I don't know if they're beetles or roaches or whatever they are. And then like, oh, thank you for showing me the way. It gives them a vote for Hop Pop pin. I want one of those. Someone's got to carve one out of wood. I would love to have one of these. And he found his way back first. The other mayor just barely he comes back in the middle of the night. And he's like, I got to beat him the old fashioned way by cheating. The final, it's really stupid because you see him studying at public speaking, but there's no actual debates. And there's one more trial left. They get a knock at the door and it's raining, and it's of course the mayor's little assistant. He's like, oh, and an unnamed associate wants to speak with you. Like, okay, the mayor. Oh, I no comment. They're like, okay, it's the freaking mayor. Who else would it be? Mayor sits him down. He's like, hey, Halbadiah, you're doing a really great job. I need you to lose tomorrow. He's like, well, yeah, of course you'd want me to lose. He's like, no, on purpose. If you lose, I'm going to give you a new stand at the produce thing, tax-free, best spot, everything paid off. You won't ever have to worry about money again. Just take the dive. You know, that's and even Hop Pop's like, that's hard to say no to, because this is the only reason why he's doing this, so he can get this money. But he can tell he's conflicted because he's an honest man. And he knows he has good ideas. And he knows that this mayor is a piece of crap. So he sits down by the fire and, you know, and then everyone's like, what did the mayor want? He's like, yeah, he wants me to take a dive, but in return, he's going to give me a new stand. We don't have to worry about money ever again. And then Polly's like, do it. she's like, forget this crap. Just take the dive. Take the money. And then Anne and Sprig like, what are you talking about? I was like, we're all thinking it. And even Hop Pop's like, you're right. It's just, it makes sense for the family just to take the dive. And then they're like, you know what? Hop Pop, whatever you choose to do, we'll support you. What a good family. I like this family. So look at the shot here with the rain in the window and everything. Oh, it's so beautiful. So instead of, I thought, okay, they're going to actually have a real debate. Nope, they're going to just beat the crap out of each other like they have a boxing match. It's more of an MMA match because they're allowed to like they're not, it's not just boxing, but they have boxing gloves on. So they're getting ready to fight. And it's like a real fight. They're hitting each other. It's a pretty decent fight. Hop Pop's getting good hits in. And then, you know, the mayor is like, hey, that's enough, you know, take the fall. He knocks him to the ground, and you see Hop Pop, and he looks up in his blurry vision, everyone's cheering for him, and he's in that moment, is he going to take the dive? Is he going to take the easy way out? And I honestly didn't know. I thought he was going to do it, but he stands up, and the mayor's like, what are you doing? Remember, we said you're supposed to take a dive. And he's like, I'm fighting not just for me. He's like fighting for like everyone. Look at this right here. Look how cool this is. He freaking totally went Ippo on this guy. Knocks the mayor out. Gets him with the freaking star punch. Or it's, know what it's really like? This is Ryu from Street Fighter. I'll play the clip of his Ultra, and then look at this. Tell me that this wasn't the inspiration. And he knocks him out, and he wins the fight. He won all the it's funny, there's all those like they're not really debates, but all the different feats of challenges. He won them all, but people still have to vote. And they start reading off the tally. I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? He's going to actually get to be mayor. He won 100% of the votes in Wartwood. And like, oh, wow, he won. But I guess this is a island-wide race. So no one even knew Halbadiah was running. So the rest of the other islands, like all the other things, voted for the mayor. So he lost because he didn't even know that he had to like get the other votes. The mayor's like, whoa, you didn't know that? He's like, oh, wow, that's sad. He's like, you didn't even have to offer him the bribe. He was going to win. Hop Pop's like, how was I supposed to know? I'm a theater major. And it's super sad because he had all the right answers. He won all the tests, but he still lost. You know, his family walks up to him. It's Ann, Sprig, and Polly, like, you know, hey, how you holding up? He's like, oh, I'm happy. He's like, well, but why are you happy? He goes, because I stood up for what I believed in. The town backed me. Everyone loved me, and they knew that I was right. Even though I lost, I know in my heart that I was right.
I may have lost, but I stood my ground and fought for something important, and that feels good.
It's beautiful. Hop Pop, he's a great dude. I love this guy. Then in the coolest fashion, the town, but he has the town behind him. So if something ever happens, they're going to back Amphibia. They're going to do for him because he fought for them. He literally fought for them. All the town all got together and they bought him a new stand and they paid the taxes and everything so he can actually have a really nice produce stand there so he can start selling his products again so he doesn't have to, be out of money. And look how beautiful this is. And he starts to cry. It's so, I felt so good for him because usually when someone does what's true in their heart and they do what is right and they lose, they get screwed over and there's nothing. It's nice to see him actually get something. And look at this right here. I thought this was really, really cool because it has the family name Planner and grandson and granddaughter and human. So they included Anne with the Planner family. That just touches my heart. I just love that kind of stuff. And Amphibia, he just loves it. And of course, in his own way, it's like, oh, it's perfect. It's like, oh, I wanted to put that next to there. Well, I'll just fix it later. Like he started to critique it, but it was a beautiful thing for this community to come together and help their own. I love that message. Even though you went up against this political machine, you had good ideas. You had the people behind you, but you still lost the bigger race, but he won. I would not consider Hop Hop a loser at the end of this. He has the town's respect, he has their love, and he has his stand back. And you know what? It's not the perfect ending, but it's an ending that can keep him moving forward. And I thought that was beautiful. What a great episode. The fights were great. The action was cool. The comedy was on point like it always is. And what a fun episode.
We all pitched in and built you a stand for giving us something better than produce.
Hope.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.